みなさんこんにちは、Abbyです. Hey guys, it's Abby, and in today's video we're going to be talking about nanchatte seifuku fashion as well as its origins. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So let's first break down nanchatte seifuku fashion. So nanchatte means fake, and seifuku means school uniform in Japanese. So in other words, it's a Japanese fashion subculture that focuses on wearing school uniforms as an everyday fashion style. Now, as the name says it is a fake school uniform. However, the key element is that we are trying to recreate a school uniform that you would often see in Japan. This wouldn't be a Western school uniform. Now, as you well know, a lot of people around the world wear school uniforms at school. Not everywhere, but some schools do. For example, I'm from the US, and mostly private schools is where you would wear a school uniform, but most public schools you do not wear school uniforms. I know it is not the case for other countries. Other countries you must wear a school uniform, but in regards to this fashion style, we are talking about specifically Japanese school uniforms. Whenever you are making a specifically nanchatte seifuku inspired outfit, you're always trying to recreate or kind of follow the same steps that you would see in a typical Japanese school uniform. Now, let's talk about nanchatte seifuku fashion and its origins. So let's go back in time. So back in the 1960s, a lot of students were rebelling against the school system, and one of the things that they were against were the enforcement of wearing school uniforms. A lot of students really didn't feel like they had the creative liberty as well as the freedom of choosing what to wear every day for school, and for them, wearing a school uniform wasn't fun. It was very constricting. It was very forced. Now, I cannot talk about nanchatte seifuku fashion without talking about Takayuki Ayuda. So Takayuki Ayuda is the owner and kind of the founder of the popular fashion brand Konomi. Now let's talk about his history and then leading up to what gave him the idea to open the very popular fashion brand Konomi. So Ayuda-san had always been interested in fashion, and like him and many other students, they really hated school uniforms. Now it's been a few years and Ayuda-san has graduated from high school. Now a few years passed and Ayuda-san ends up taking over his mother's clothing shop in Miyoko, Niigata. Now while he is working here, one day a young girl and her mother come into his shop, and this girl is upset, and she talks to him about how in her school they allow them to wear whatever they want. They do not have to wear a school uniform. Now this definitely catches Ayuda-san by surprise, since when he was in high school he would have wanted to have that freedom to kind of wear whatever he wanted and not be forced to wear a school uniform. Now while she is talking to him, the most surprising thing of all is that she tells him that she wants to wear a school uniform. And once again, like I told you guys earlier, back in the 1960s, a lot of students were rebelling against the school system, and one of the key things that they did not want was to wear school uniforms. So for Ayuda-san, who, like I said, who was in high school, loved fashion and was forced to wear a school uniform, he just did not understand it at all. But after talking to this young girl and having this long conversation, she ended up explaining to him that she wanted to wear a school uniform that she personally picked, from the skirt to the socks, the shoes, to the detail and the pattern, and pretty much everything that really formed the school uniform. She pretty much wanted to pick every single detail that formed the school uniform, and she really did feel that if she had full control over what she was going to wear, each piece that formed that school uniform, she did not feel like that was constricting. She felt that that would be perfectly fine because she had full control over what she was wearing. So after talking to this girl, he ended up asking her what fabric she wanted for her skirt. He then took her measurements and then created a sketch tailored to her. Now this definitely was a big turning point in Ayuda-san's career, because it definitely sparked in my personal opinion, his best idea of all, which was the creation of the popular shop Konomi. So after this, he ends up opening his first Konomi shop in 2008 in Takeshita Street. If you guys are interested in Japanese fashion subcultures, then you guys most definitely know what Takeshita Street is, located in Harajuku, Tokyo. This definitely was a really good spot to open his shop because this really garnered attention. A lot of girls started coming into his shop, and this really allowed for this fashion style to be more noticed throughout the West. Now this store focuses on selling everything that has to do with a school uniform, from the bows to the vests to the blazers, even white button-up shirts. Anything that you can really think of that would kind of form a Japanese school uniform, you can buy there. One of the reasons why the store is so popular to this day is because the quality of their products. Gonami actually creates its own fabrics and it also makes its own patterns as well. They really take into consideration their customers. A lot of the time they tend to be high school students who, you know, go to school and they want to wear a school uniform. So they go there, they talk to them, and they really take into consideration the customers. So what color they want, what material, what patterns, because a lot of girls are actually very picky about what pattern, what material they want for their skirt or their school uniform in general. Its most popular location is in Takeshita Street in Harajuku, Tokyo. However, there are different Gonami stores located throughout Japan, including Osaka, Niigata, and Nagano. Now, they don't only cater to high school students, they also cater to anyone who wants to wear a cute kawaii school uniform. Let's talk about media influence and how the media has influenced this fashion style and kind of spread it out throughout the world. I feel like the media really does influence people and their interest, and I feel like the media has definitely pushed this fashion style throughout the world, maybe without realizing. I'm talking about specifically Japanese media. So these include Japanese drama, so you might see, you know, school uniform in Good Morning Call, that is a J-drama. Other things like the obvious anime, where you see a lot of school life anime, and just a large variety of different types of anime. You will see school uniforms being worn, as well as manga that you may see, magazines, very popular among J-pop idols. So I definitely do feel like Japanese media and the way they portray school uniforms definitely does attract a lot of people in the West. Because it's not something that we commonly see, specifically Japanese style school uniforms like the typical seifuku. Like for example, this bow is very iconic to a Japanese school uniform and definitely does distinguish a Japanese school uniform to a more Western style school uniform. Why do people dress in nanchatte seifuku fashion? I did talk to a few people part of the nanchatte seifuku fashion community and they all gave me a variety of different answers. I honestly feel like I can agree with all of them. One of the things that they mentioned was that it's very convenient to wear. So nanchatte seifuku fashion isn't as elaborate as maybe other fashion styles. For example, like Lolita fashion, where there's so many more pieces that go to creating an outfit. Just wear maybe a dress, there's also maybe a headpiece or the proper shoes, stockings. There's different elements that go into it. Whereas in nanchatte seifuku fashion is a little bit more simple and a lot more easier to integrate into your everyday fashion style. Now that does tie into my next point, where it is a lot cheaper than other Japanese fashion subcultures because it is something that's a little bit more easily available everywhere. I mean, I feel like school uniforms is something that's very common around the world. I feel like all school uniforms kind of have the same sort of base. For example, a white button-up shirt that I'm wearing right now. You can definitely find something like that at your local store. I feel like it's kind of like one of the universal items that you would use when you're making a school uniform inspired outfit. In this case, a nanchatte seifuku inspired outfit. So yeah, it's a lot cheaper, very convenient. Someone had mentioned that the color scheme, you can really either kind of go all out with the colors or tone it down a little bit. And you can really kind of, I guess, blend in with the crowd and people might not stare at you as much. Then if you're wearing another more not as commonly seen type of outfit, like maybe Lolita fashion, I know that in certain places it isn't very common to see this type of fashion style, so a lot of people did mention that. Other people did also say that it is a much easier fashion style to transition into if you are interested in Japanese fashion subcultures and don't even know where to start, and it's definitely a good starting point if you want to do something that's a little bit more subtle. You know, most people see school uniforms, so it's not really out of the norm. It's something that we've kind of, I feel like it's something that a lot of people are familiar with, so people did mention that. Like I said as well, the color scheme, for example, here I'm wearing a very vibrant pink school uniform, so of course people might stare a little bit more because it's not very commonly seen. But if I wanted to wear something more toned down, I could wear maybe, like I said, a white vest, maybe I can wear a red bow, maybe even a brown bow like this one, and it could definitely be a much more toned down look. Now, another point that a lot of people mentioned was that this is a fashion style that you can wear honestly throughout the year. So for example, since we are trying to essentially recreate the school uniform that you would see in Japan, if you know that school uniforms in Japan, they have a summer uniform as well as a winter uniform. A summer uniform will usually consist of a short sleeve top, like maybe the one I have right now, and a winter uniform will usually consist of a long sleeve top. Here I'll show you guys an example. This is more of like a summer themed outfit, and then this is more of a winter themed outfit. You can also layer for the winter, so you can wear a cute scarf and a nice coat. Now, another point that I did want to mention that I felt personally, because I do dress in this fashion style, is that I can combine my love for kawaii fashion with this school uniform fashion style. For example, this is a really good example of what I'm talking to you guys about. Instead of wearing a typical school uniform where maybe you would wear more toned down colors, I can kind of spice it up and wear a pink vest or a pink bow, which definitely is very representative of kawaii fashion, which is a fashion style that I absolutely love as well. So that's the cool thing about nanchatte seifuku fashion, is that it doesn't have to be a specific color. I do know that some people do like to wear maybe more neutral tone colors and try to recreate a school uniform that you would see in Japan. In Japan, obviously in schools, they would wear more toned down colors. They're not going to wear a vibrant like a pink, you know, or a purple. They're going to go with much more neutral, like maybe a blue or a red, burgundy, things like that. That's what's really great about this fashion style. You can really mix and match colors. I have a very vibrant pink irabad that I like to use for my kawaii outfits. You guys can go ahead and follow me at @the_official_abby on Instagram. I'll be leaving a link to that in the description box below, but you guys can just pretty much look up @the_official_abby on Instagram. You guys will be able to find my account, and there you guys can see lots of different ideas. A lot of outfits that you guys will mainly see will be kawaii inspired outfits combined with a school uniform style, so nanchatte seifuku fashion. You guys can click on this playlist somewhere up here, and I pretty much try to recreate school uniform inspired outfits by my favorite anime characters such as Vampire Knight, Uniboku Secret Service. There's quite a few other ones. I did a kawaii nanchatte seifuku themed fashion lookbook as well, so go ahead and check those. I also did a collaboration with YESSTYLE where I recreated some of my favorite outfits from my favorite Japanese romantic comedy films, and a lot of these outfits were preppy Japanese school uniform inspired outfits, so go ahead and check that video as well. That's the great thing about this fashion style. It's very flexible. There isn't many like really strict rules when it comes to this fashion style, so that's what's really great about it. I did want to mention one thing though, that what nanchatte seifuku fashion is that we are trying to recreate a Japanese school uniform, so kind of the same basic principles. However, this fashion style isn't to sexualize the school uniform. You know, if you see those really short skirts and that kind of little tank top, like that's not nanchatte seifuku fashion. So if you do see an outfit like that where the skin is showing a lot, very showy, that's not nanchatte seifuku fashion. We are not sexualizing. I really want to point that out. This fashion style is not to sexualize a school uniform. You are not doing that at all. Like I said, the main point about this is that you're trying to recreate a Japanese school uniform. So I definitely just wanted to point that out and not get anyone confused. But it's a really cute style that honestly anyone can wear. Now I do follow an Instagram account called nanchatte seifuku friends. This is a nanchatte seifuku fashion community, kind of like in the West. These are people who like dressing in this fashion style that are from all over the world. So I'm going to be leaving a link to their Instagram in the description box below, or show it to you guys somewhere here. So you guys can go ahead and check it out. Follow the account if you'd like. I do follow them. You might recognize some of my outfits there that I did when I was first starting off in this fashion style. So if you guys want to talk to other people or get ideas, there is a community. It's quite small, sadly, and not a lot of people know about this account and this fashion style as well. I honestly barely found out about this style, I think last year. So I'm honestly very new to it, but it's a fashion style that I've always liked, and I just had no idea there was a name to it. So if you guys are interested in this fashion style, then you guys can join the community. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, like I said earlier, @the_official_abby. I do post lots of pictures dedicated to this fashion style. If you guys have any questions, anything that you guys want me to clarify, I'm still doing more research, but you feel free to ask me any questions you have. You can DM me on Instagram. You guys can leave a comment down below, ask me any questions you guys have about this fashion style. Maybe let me know if you guys dress in this fashion style. Do you use more neutral tone colors? Do you combine it with kawaii fashion? Let me know. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you guys want me to do more videos dedicated to this fashion style, then please let me know in the comment section down below. And with that, that is the end of the video. 見てくれてありがとうございます。バイバイ。